So on the higher tier, as well as expanding single brackets and double brackets, you will also be expected to expand triple brackets, and this also includes questions with and without coefficients of x. So from my previous video on expanded brackets, you'll know that I prefer to do the grid method, and I would suggest that regardless of how you expand your double brackets, you try and use the grid method for expanding triple brackets, just because you can be dealing with quite a few terms, but the process itself is no different. Now, it doesn't matter which brackets you choose to expand first, because when you multiply, it doesn't matter whether you do 3 multiplied by 5 or 5 multiplied by 3, you end up with the same answer. So I tend to take the first two brackets first, regardless of what they are, and then use my grid method to expand those. So we're going to have x plus 3 and then x minus 4. So x multiplied by x is x squared, x multiplied by 3 is 3x, x multiplied by negative 4 is negative 4x, and then 3 multiplied by negative 4 is going to be negative 12. Then you want to do the same thing as we did before, which is write out all of our terms. So x squared minus 4x, add 3x, minus 12. And then we're going to have x squared, negative 4, add 3 is going to be negative 1. So x squared minus x, minus 12. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this in a grid again, but instead of just having two terms, we're going to need to include all three terms that we see. And then we're going to have x plus 7 going down the side, which is our final bracket that we need to multiply by. So x squared minus x minus 12. Make sure that you leave yourself enough room. Don't do it really cramped together, because then it can be really difficult to see all of the terms that you're multiplying together. And then x and then plus 7. So x squared multiplied by x is x cubed. So when you're doing triple brackets, you're always going to have a cubic. Then x multiplied by minus x. So x multiplied by x is x squared, and then we're multiplying a positive by a negative, so it will be a negative. And then x multiplied by negative 12 is negative 12x. Then x squared multiplied by 7 is going to be 7x squared. 7 multiplied by negative x is negative 7x. And then negative 12 multiplied by positive 7 is going to be negative 84. And then you want to do the same thing as you would when you're expanding double brackets, which is collect all of your like terms. I do find it easier to write all of my terms out first. And same with your double brackets, you're still going to have the terms that are going diagonally that you can simplify. So we're going to have x cubed minus x squared, add 7x squared, minus 7x, minus 12x, minus 84. So x cubed minus x squared, add 7x squared, so that's the same as doing 7 minus 1, which is 6x squared. Then we're doing negative 7 subtract 12, which is minus 19x. And then obviously you've got your negative 84 on the end. So the method is the same, you've just got to make sure that you take care with laying out your terms so that they're nice and clear so that you know what you're multiplying by, and also making sure that you use your grid method, because that makes things easier to see as well.